remember? I just went to Duplicity. Multiplicity.
A copy of a copy?
Yeah, no, Multiplicity with
Yeah, I know.
Michael Keaton.
I was quoting the movie.
Yeah.
So why'd you say no?
I was agreeing with you vehemently.
You're a copy of a copy.
You go,
Well, you say that a
multiplicity.
lot, though.
I said a copy of a copy. You go, no. I'm like,
Because he still thought you were talking about the title.
Oh.
And you were quoting a
Yeah,
line.
you were
He
quoting
thought
a
you were
line.
talking about a title.
We were in a merging lane and we hadn't merged. I saw your car.
I did merge.
You
just
merged.
Okay.
I
Jump
was
the median.
Yeah, I was like still trying to merge. I was like, that would be helpful. Anyways,
What would?
just having a copy of a copy, to kind of deal with certain things,
Oh, I don't think so. It'd be
Really?
awful.
Good Lord.
Having multiple use.
Hey, it's Mother's Day.
I hadn't
Two
seen
of
the
me-
movie. So
Two of me full of duplicity? We don't need that. That's in a song.
Duplicity.
I thought two of me.
Me could keep me company. I don't want to keep me company.
That's why I wrote that lyric was I had originally had two of me full of duplicity, and then I changed it to that to fit the
the cadence.
rhyme pattern cadence that we were going for. I had it in another.
I don't want to hang out with myself. I just want to
farm yourself out.
multitask.
The imprisoned vision of life together.
I'm sorry. When you said whose isn't, meaning a handful, I was like, oh, duplicity. If I had another, then it wouldn't.
I know how we got here. I was along for the journey.
Okay. Then we're together. I've got on my houndstooth overcoat.
I'm just disagreeing with you. I don't think it's a good idea.
Really?
Yeah, how we got here does not change my point of view.
You wouldn't want another. Okay.
No, I don't. Nobody wants another me. That would not be helpful.
That's fair.
There's more than enough of this to go around.
Yeah. it's
Not a lot of demands.
The two of you at the same place at the same time?
That would be awful.
Yeah.
What if you weren't at the same place at the same time?
That's what I'm saying. I want to not. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
What was the punchline of that movie though? Didn't it get worse and worse and worse? And
Yeah,
then,
a copy of a copy. They start copying themselves, and then they lose their sharpness.
duplicity, multiplicity.
Yeah, multiplicity.
Even I knew the answer, and I was like, I'm not going to say it.
I'm on Shiloh, which is duplicity. I was multiplicity. What was it, like 8 of them, 7 of them?
I don't know. I mean, there ended up being. But I do think there's relevancy in thinking about copies of things and how I know how I feel about that. Like the phrase I've used is I'd rather draw a stick figure than do the Mona Lisa paint by numbers.
Right.
And not that one way is right or wrong. I don't think that. I just know how I'm wired that I'm not very interested in like a paint by numbers or doing this, doing the same thing that's already been done. If it's already been done, like I'm not all that interested in doing it, trying to do it again.
What hasn't been done?
Well, there's things that haven't been done by me. That's fair. I mean, but like,
Right, because even people have drawn stick figures. You know what I mean? So it's like, where does that intersect for you? Is in other words, you don't want to have to be inspired.
typically where the arms cross the body and circle for the head.
2 X's in a. But yeah, so I mean, I guess what you're saying is if you want to self-start or you want to.
I want self-expression, not
your
not
question-
imitating.
You want to be like, hey, draw the Mona Lisa. Go, sorry.
Your question was, what hasn't been done, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think what we're saying is like we're wired to discover that because what we know, you know what I mean, which is how to just fill in the colors and the numbers like that we know, and we know enough to know we're not wired to be satisfied or thrive off of that. And so, yeah,
You'd paint a Mona Lisa, but it better be your Mona Lisa, not the Mona Lisa. But if you could paint something that looked like the Mona Lisa, you would.
Oh, it didn't have to look like. I could try.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm just saying, if you were
maybe my
yeah.
interpretation of that, sure, that's fine.
See, the funny thing is that I know the only smiley face or whatever
The only
caricature that Bo can even draw.
I know him.
And so I know
The
if he
normal
sat
one.
down with the Mona Lisa in his mind,
That's
it's
what I
going
would
to come
do.
out looking like that
It's gonna
caricature.
come out looking like one of the
same
Charlie
thing.
Brown,
So good, I'll
guys.
do the smug.
Draw Lucas. Same thing. Draw
Circle.
Zach. Same thing.
I did caricatures at an event one time, and
Oh man.
every single one I drew was that guy
That one
for
thing.
and there was a line. They were just lined up
Some
to get
poor
their
girl's like,
caricature done.
I'm 98 pounds. Why do I look like a rotund boy?
Why is my nose 12 times larger than
Why do
any
I
other
only have
picture?
3 sprigs of hair coming out of the top of my head?
No, the hair's a variable. That's where I change it up. Yeah.
That's where the art begins.
That's
It gets,
well, it's all art, but
yeah.
well, I would say like it's true with cooking too. Like I may have like I can follow a recipe and it's okay and it's good and the food will be good, but I'm gonna have way more fun if I
Modify.
not even modify, but just like kind of get a general
Figure it
idea
out.
on how to do it
Just figure it out.
and then try it.
Yeah.
That's more fun for me. The food's not necessarily as good.
Has that gone well for you?
Yeah.
I enjoy cooking a
the
lot
Chex
more.
Mix.
No. Have you been able to just like figure it out without having to look at the recipe based upon the
Yeah, or I can
the
look and say
ingredients.
I have these ingredients. I want to make something out of it, and then you can Google that, and come up with something, but then it's like, okay, those do work together because I'm not real good at that. But like having a skill set, having developed some basic skills, like through like Hello Fresh, you remember
Yeah,
that
yeah.
box? Their prep was sometimes a little more complicated. So I learned how to do certain things and different things with ingredients by doing that, almost like homework. So then I would say the same would be true with music or any kind of art or any creativity that you're doing. If you learn how to do some things, then that gives you a bigger toolbox. We do that with the preachers. Like we talk about, we're all going to do this. And somebody will be like, I can't. I'm like, we're going to learn. And you may not be that great at it, but we want to add that tool to your toolbox so that you can pull from it. But same would be true for music or writing, cooking.
So yeah, some people do definitely lean into the I can't. And this isn't a dig at anybody. I'm just saying I'm trying to think of, there are things I guess that I have said of myself that I can't, which is not true. So I'm just, when you said that, I'm thinking, when you're talking about adding tools to the toolbox, it's like anybody can, I've said that about woodworking. I've said that about carpentry and things like that, about myself. I know I could if I wanted to, but I've said I can't so that I don't waste time doing it or learning it or investing in it. So it's probably been more of a like, I can't because I don't want to.
Yeah, that's fine. And it's okay to not want to.
Right. But
Sometimes
no, I want to hear your thought.
sometimes we'll even say like, I could probably do that, but I can't. Or
Yeah. Well, it's just like, what's the
well,
ROI?
no, really what you're trying to say is that you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like woodworking is something that my wife does a ton of.
Right.
And I'm like,
I don't want to.
Every time I watch her do this, I gain zero interest.
Well, but you also have the
Zero
caveat of
amounts of
my wife
interest.
does woodworking.
Of wanting to do this.
My wife doesn't do woodworking.
Well, there's inclination, so you can be inclined towards something that
Right.
that you enjoy more, that you may have more proclivity, to be good at, to develop the skills faster, to learn the things, so that you can, because there's all kinds of things that I can do. But how long is it going to take me to do it? You said ROI, return on investment, but how long is it going to take me to do it versus how long it will take somebody else to do it better? And it's just, so there's some cost benefit analysis, like
Right.
on enjoyable things.
Right.
And where do I want to spend time and energy?
Mm-hmm. Pause. Bo's camera just fell. I don't know if that matters.
And nothing else matters.
Yeah. So the ROI for me would be, there's a bunch of, like when I say woodworking carpentry, I'm not talking about framing a house. I'm talking about like owning a skill saw and a jigsaw and going, like my deck. Like I need to repair my couple treads on my deck. I probably could. But then I'm like, I don't have the saws and I don't have, so it just becomes, so now I
That's
have,
a big part of why I don't.
right.
It's because I don't want
To be the guy that has to do
the
that.
3 or 4 trips to Home Depot
Right.
for name whatever the reason is. Like that to me right there is going to be the biggest waste of life. And
Yeah,
I
but
would
then
be
like now I have to
upset.
get my stairs
Can I
fixed.
tell you how I do home repairs? 'Cause
Yeah.
this is really is a glimpse into me.
Okay.
And because I have fun with home repairs sometimes, but my whole thing is I try to figure out how to do it without going to a home improvement store or ordering anything online. How to fix something with only what I have on hand.
What an exercise in futility.
No, it's so much fun. Why would you say that? That's mean. So I'm talking about like I'm like burying my soul here.
Is it? Oh, wait.
How
Is
is
this
that
like? Is
futile?
this like? Oh wait, the HVAC vents aren't working. So we got any paper towel rolls?
Okay, hold on. All right, maybe we jump to conclusions. When you
Yeah.
said that, it became like this mass. Like,
What was the
hey,
last one you did?
We don't need sheetrock in the bathroom. I'll grab a piece of that and put it in the kitchen.
it's small things. Like if I want to, like fixing the treads on the deck or
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
Like,
So you're gonna go source the wood locally.
Yeah, what do I have laying around? I mean,
Okay.
what's still here? What's left over
Legos
from a
and
long time
epoxy.
ago? No, I mean, there's stuff in my garage. I mean, I have, and what tools do I have? I mean, I have the right tool or the best tool, but what tool do
So you
I
have scrap wood, is what you're saying.
I have some scrap. Like one time, a tree fell on my shed, and it
Get
broke
off the shed.
It broke the roof, like broke the main beam on the roof and put a hole in the shed. And I didn't have much in there. I didn't really care, but it was unsightly and it was bothering my wife, and she kept bringing it up. And one day she left, and I went out there, and I'd been thinking about it for a while, but I went out there and stared at it for half hour. Just stared at it because that's
Thinking
part of
through
the
it.
process. Like, and then went into my garage and looked around, and I didn't have a drill for some reason at that time, which was odd. But I had screwdriver and some screws and some leftover 2x4s and an old car jack. And so I wedged the car jack in, leveled out the beams.
Okay, like put them back up.
Yep, with the car jack, and then hand screwed screws 2x4s onto both sides to make
Married the joist.
to put it together. And then I saw that on the bottom of the shed on the floor there were some old shingles, some leftover shingles, and I had a piece of plywood that fit over the hole, screwed that in, laid the shingles on top, nailed them down, and then like took pliers and bent out the metal stuff that, flashing or whatever around.
Yep.
And if you were close, it was not done appropriate. Like somebody had told me how to do it, and it was going to cost like $500 and materials and whatever. So I did it all just with stuff I had laying around, and took me a long time, like 4 or 5 hours. But if you pulled in the driveway, you wouldn't know. If you didn't know it had been hit, like you wouldn't know. But if you went up and inspected it, not very good.
I would do that.
That made me happy.
Yeah.
Like I was so happy. I had fun.
I agree. I would do that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I have
probably
done
an
that.
example of that
I have
as
done
well.
that. I'm talking about finished,
No,
like home things that when you talk about your wife, it's like she is the inspector.
no, she didn't inspect it.
No, I'm saying my wife.
Oh,
Like
no.
if I'm going to do something in the home, there's going to be what? Okay, what's
It's funny.
you know what I mean? Like touch. Like what is the,
No, my wife is the one that has
Your wife would
already
do it.
has rebuilt and repurposed every room in her house.
right?
So when she saw the kitchen and wanted it to be different, she ripped out all the cabinets and she went ahead and did the subway tiling, and then she built a hood range, and she
Yeah, Dan. Different
mounted
world.
that, and just a different world.
Different
So I
world.
look at
Good
that.
world.
I look at all that kind of work, like some home projects of fixing this or fixing that for sure. I can get down on a couple of those things. I still hate if I have to go to Home Depot
I don't
more
wanna
than
go.
once. If I have to go to Home Depot more than once, I'm like, that's half my day. I'm gonna DoorDash the rest of this thing if I have to go. But when I think of woodworking and the furniture that she makes and everything, I'm like, no, can't.
Yeah, I'm like I cannot stand hiring people at full price to do the job that they will do right for the home. Like I have a hard
Or when
time.
they come in, they're like, oh yeah, no, this is easy, and you're like,
Yeah,
Well, it is easy for them.
it is easy.
yeah, no, it
they
is.
know how to do it.
But if the tables are reversed, if they're like, hey, I need you to produce me some song for X, Y.
Ever.
Well, no, I'm like, well, yeah, I can do that, and this is what's going to cost, and this, and then it's just like, wow, I can go get this guy down the street cheaper, and I'm like, okay, good luck. So it's like I have to fix that perspective because guys that come in and do the work, they're probably worth it. They're doing a good job. It's just I don't know, because in my mind, I'm like, I could do this if I want to, but I haven't wanted to. Anyways, me bearing my soul.
Yeah. My only point was like the creative side, like as a knowing how to do it right or having this, but like figuring out something
Making a solution.
I enjoy. So like if you see me at a home improvement store, something's wrong. Like the day I was at a home improvement store in the plumbing section looking at copper pipe, and my plumber, who's my friend, walked by and he just came up behind me. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Why are you here? You're like, no, I'm not doing plumbing.
I swear, it's not for plumbing. It's not for plumbing. I
No,
swear.
I'm doing arts and
He was
crafts.
like, "What are you? Why? You better not be like trying to do something," because he knows me and he knows. And I'm like, "No,
This
no,
better be a sermon prep.
I'm trying to build a statue." And I'm thinking I wanted to come look at the copper pipe to see if I could figure it out. And anyways, like, oh, I've got tons of this. Follow me to my house. And I went to his house and he gave me all the pipe and all the fittings and showed me how they worked together so that I could design my sculpture.
Right.
But yeah, it ended up being great. But
Yeah.
I wanted to go and touch the
sculpture.
materials.
The only time you're standing in the plumbing section at a home improvement store is to build.
Yeah,
sculpture.
I'm trying to do something not
Or to buy my
actually
wife
that.
a gift for Mother's Day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, plumbing. No, I'm not messing with plumbing.
Oh, I've done plumbing.
Plumbing makes me nauseous just thinking about it. It's scary.
It's all scary.
It's all scary.
It's all scary. It's all scary when you don't know how.
Right. But what
It's intimidating.
But so think about the guy that is doing plumbing. Is that not a creative experience for him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, problem solving.
That's what I'm saying.
I
But
think
no,
it is.
he's
I love watching.
discovering. Okay, how am I gonna? Because we have a guy and his name's Dave and super good at everything and can come over and fix things and when he's doing it, he loves the creative process because I've watched him or I've helped him and it's like, well, I'm going to figure out how I want to get this pipe over this beam. And then I'm going to go this way. You know what I mean? Then I'm going to go cut a left and come down. And then I come down and it's all soldered together and he's wiping it down. And he's loving it.
I've done that.
He loves it.
That to me was very creative because
welding, like getting pipes. Yeah.
Right. It was something like I had the right length of copper, but then the valve needed an adapter or something. Like, and I was like, oh,
shut off
I got to
valve.
do another do, and I don't want to have a small piece of copper and then two.
Well, that's kind of like Legos.
So I had to take out a couple of
links.
90
but
degrees and fixed it, and that was creative, and I had to solder it. Yeah.
So, but like Legos.
Love them.
Okay, but do you build the kit? Because I
build the kit once.
No interest in building the kit.
I build the kit once, and I take it down and build something else.
I'd rather build a tower and
It
just
goes
like
into the box.
Look at my tower.
I don't like following instructions.
He's like, look at my stick figure. It's just like a giant Lego stick
it's
figure.
one line.
Straight up. It's the tower in Dubai.
But I suppose if I did follow the instructions and built the kits, like you said, you do it once. But if I built the kits, then I would have I'd have a much bigger palette to play from on creating something else with the Legos.
Yeah. We had thousands of dollars worth of Legos as children. They weren't thousands of dollars then, but it was, I grew up with two brothers, same age. And so it was just Legos. And we just had buckets of Legos, which by the time we grew up and our kids inherited sort of the Legos, they were worth. Legos had gone so high in value, but we used to, and we would just have this giant tub. We'd get in there and just build whatever.
Yeah, we would hear the sound of the Lego bucket being poured on the floor,
and we'd run,
and we would just like be drawn from whatever room we're in. We're like, "What?"
It's this the new movie that was up for the Oscar with the kids just running down the street. They run
Warriors.
That's what happens when you hear the weapons. When you hear the Lego bucket.
Warriors. That's a whole movie. Never mind.
Weapons. Yeah. Exactly. Well, it was like if one of our brothers were trying to sneak the Legos out, you couldn't because you had to pour them to be able to sift. And as soon as you heard it, be like, no, I'm playing Legos by myself. It's like, no, you're not. And then you just start fighting, spend hours fighting over which pieces you're going to divide. I need the two. You never did that?
No.
Oh. You had two brothers? Dan had two brothers, and I had two brothers. So it was the same deal.
Yeah, it was Legos. Well, when we were really young, it was the Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs are sick.
Never had that.
They were sick. And then we went Legos, and then it was the Erector set.
We had constructs.
I like Lincoln Logs. I had an erector set too, you know, so that was kind of
Like
cool. Learning how to
screws
do the
and
screws
and all that.
and
then,
the trussing and
Yeah.
that was actually I played with that a little bit. Like that was interesting to me. Like
for sure.
thinking about how these I wasn't
It
great
was too.
at
It
it.
was
but
too like one dimensional. Well, not really. We had
I like that
angles and
better than
stuff.
Legos though because they did different things.
Yeah, it was different.
But then I liked Lincoln Logs just because they only did one thing.
Stacked.
Yeah,
You just wanted
you're
those
building a
grooves to
house.
lined up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very satisfying.
Constructs were big for us. The little blue things with the gray bars that you snap together.
Yeah.
Because we'd build instruments, we'd build bikes, things that we could potentially use throughout the day, guitars and whatnot, because the way the pieces would form and wow. That was when I used to draw a lot. I was big on drawing before I started music. So I think there was always this innate desire to create things that I could manifest. You know, like I could see it or I could work on it and then say, it's done. You know what I mean? I had a desk where I would, when I was young, before music, it would be like, I'd prop up, you'll hate this. I would prop up pictures and then I would copy the picture. It's almost like doing a caricature, but I would like do my own version of it and then I would color it and it would just spend hours and it would be this horrible copy of this copy. But it would be like so satisfying that I had finished the work. I had just this huge pad full of that stuff.
I had like several drawing books that had different like cartoon characters or you know, but would show you step by step how to draw them.
Yeah.
And it was just not easy for me. Like it would take me, you know, an hour, 2 hours to draw that. I'm talking like as a teenager, you know, like you know, writing a love note or something and wanting to do one of those drawings on it. It would take me a long time. Like
A lot of love went into that.
well, they did. Unfortunately, most of them were, you know, they were not most. All of those were to my wife, which is cool.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, but like, it just wasn't. How I knew I was. I didn't get better or faster. Like
So gifts have always been big for you then.
it was
giving
fun
gifts.
to do. Well, yeah, fun to make things and
Yeah, like
Put time in
handcrafted gifts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys have friends or whatever that made movies and stuff like video camera stuff?
I did.
Because I did too. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't have one, but
I have a friend, Mike. Grew up with him, and he big time into cameras, and so he got me into the video world. Camcorder, help shoot these home movies, and I think he had like a school project. We did "I Am the Cheese." Remember that? There was some book about that, and we filmed that, and then I got in early, doing music videos and stuff like that. I remember it took us maybe 8 months to shoot a music video, just because we didn't know what we were doing and how long it would take, and the cameras had tapes, and it just. By the end, it was like 19 hours of footage or 20 hours of footage for a 3-minute, So it was just chaos, absolute chaos. But
Yeah, whenever our families would get together, extended family, and my cousin was into that, so we did a lot of that. And then the other one was the skateboarding video series, because we were all like Gleaming the Cube with Christian Slater. Do you remember that? Cool. I was proud of my movie.
Tony Hawk.
So we built a whole half pipe, and we had a rail bar and everything that we made, and so we would skate and do that. And then the other one, which is kind of interesting, going off of your story of building, fixing the shed, using what you have. We started a band, but it was like an air instrument band, and so out of like some pallet wood, like. We made some things, and then cardboard, cut it out for the bass drum. And this was my older brother, and we were young. And then we would just put this boom box behind the kick drum, and we had like guitars that we had made out of cardboard and everything, and we would just like lip sync. And my brother and his friends were all upset because when they wanted to audition who would do the lip singing. My mom and my aunt thought I was the one that did it best. So they were all like, man. So we shot like 3 videos at the path that we all used to walk to school, because like kids would hang out and stuff. And then they didn't want to do it anymore because Jason's little brother was.
You got chosen.
Yeah.
Pick me. I'm the chosen one.
Yeah, we did the video thing for sure.
I never had we never had a camera as a family, but that would be, I would strategize for hours, exercise in futility,
You'd walk around like this.
just reading the service merchandise catalog on how I'm going to save up like $700. But I made like 200, good Lord. I wish I made $2 a week allowance. So I was like, $700 for the camera, X amount of dollars for the tapes. In 2-3 years, I should have enough to get this camera, and then I'm gonna film movies. And
Remember that service merchandising
Yes.
catalog, dude?
This explains like half our conversations now.
Why?
This guy always needs $10,000 for something.
Yeah.
Always. He's always like every other week. It's another 10
Hey,
grand for something.
I got to go to his office and remove the catalogs.
I know.
I can-
Get
I
those
can
catalogs out of there.
I can loop in Epic if you want.
I don't.
For an epic price.
10 grand is real cheap.
Well, it's because production people lie. It's always 10 grand.
Well, I also come out of the world of nonprofits. If you don't spend it, you lose it. So
Oh, that hurts my heart.
he loves
So-
it. He loves it. Well, how much more money do you need? You didn't spend the last money I gave
Have
you.
I ever said that?
No, not you. I'm saying
I have never said
I'm saying
that.
the world of nonprofits, where it's like, sure, you need, right, okay, well, you didn't spend, you just spend the last money I gave. Where's the capacity?
Someone spent it.
Yeah, service merchandise. Yeah.
What were your videos of?
Did you have a camcorder growing up?
No, I did not. And, but I do like, watching documentaries and stuff now about filmmakers or art. A lot of them, they show a lot of their home movies that they were making movies,
Right.
storyboarding and
Yeah.
things like that. So I had friends who did that.
Mhm.
So I had two different sets. One friend, they had a camcorder. And so we did some stuff like spending the night at his house, but I like the planning, like
Oh,
how to do it, like as opposed to shooting, 20 hours. Is there a way the creative part for me, part of it was like, is there a way that, let's have a plan so that when we shoot it, we can I didn't know how, but they can 2 VCR it and, edit it that way.
Yep.
Very simply so that we could get it done. Cause I wanted to see it, I wanted,
Right.
So that would be like what I would bring to the table. But then I did have some friends, they were a year younger than me, and they had like maybe 7-10 guys that were all friends, and they were making movies and they were fun. They would show them at school and stuff, and they would put a lot into it, and they did a really great job writing scripts, and they really got into it in high school, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, filmmaking is a big rabbit hole for me because I've always loved cinema and film and wanted to do it, even from a young age. When I outgrew the Legos, where it was like, okay, I don't want to sit down and play Legos, I would make like sets.
I'm sorry, it said nobody ever. I don't want to sit down and play Legos.
Well, just
Said
meaning,
nobody.
like, and
No, I know what you mean.
like when I was like
You're-
10,
you're
11,
growing
I
out
was
of it, yeah.
playing Legos. It was like this. Okay, imagine, but then it was like, what can I do with these Legos? And it was like, I'm going to build like these film sets. And then I'm going to like storyboard with Legos, and I think I went to the dentist with my mom. I might have been 13. So that was when I was like, I don't think I can play with Legos anymore because my friends are going to laugh at me, but I can still use Legos. And I borrowed a magazine from the dentist office and brought it.
Highlights.
Nope.
Oh,
I remember it was something.
Borrowed, you stole or did you return it?
Guys, come on. No, I borrowed it.
You stole?
I borrowed.
Is this Lowell mass borrowing?
was there a whole Dewey Decimal System in the dentist office that we
Let's
didn't
just
know
say-
about?
returned?
Let's just say I stole a magazine from the dentist office.
Just check it.
Oh, no, fully stole it.
All right.
And I remember I was wrought with guilt. And no, I was flipping through it and I was waiting, and I just remember it was just like an article about this movie that had been, I think it was Oliver Stone. and it was just like this picture of, you know, this Panavision camera like on a crane, and it was like the scene of whatever was happening, and it was just like I'd never seen anything like that because they weren't really exposing us to that stuff in like 1990. You know, where were we seeing that kind of behind the scenes like, and I was just like, oh my god, this is gonna make Legos amazing, and I just like in my coat and just got home and then like went and just like tried to recreate what I saw. Hey, come on, well, you never stole anything?
Dude, we can't hang
Hold
out.
on a
We can't hang
second.
out anymore.
So much for grace. Bo's like, should I say what I stole? I was investing in my future.
Sure.
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 I didn't steal. It was the way we borrowed in Lowell. That's what I should say. It wasn't stealing. It was just we borrowed each other's things in Lowell.
Pretty sure I said that a little while ago.
Yes, thank you. I agree.